It's Christmas. Baby, please come home.
Merry Christmas, everybody. Picture this, 1987, big hair, neon lights, and a group of musical maestros coming together for a common cause. And that cause, while spreading joy and goodwill through the universal language of music. I'm talking about the very first album of A Very Special Christmas. It was a compilation that's as timeless as ugly Christmas sweaters. For me and many others, this album or cassette was Christmas music like we had never really heard before. So yes, released in 1987, this album was created to support the Special Olympics, a global sports organization for people with intellectual challenges, and it was produced by Jimmy Levine, his then-wife Vicky, and Bobby Shriver, son of Special Olympics founder Eunice Shriver.
It came about from Jimmy and Vicky Iovine, and Jimmy's dad had died near Christmas time the prior year.
By strange fate, Bruce Springsteen called me up at my sister's house to tell me he was sorry that my father had passed. And I was out on the phone with him. I said, Bruce, if I can get a Christmas record together, would you be part of it? He said, man, it sounds good.
Jimmy had the original vision, and he wanted it to be pretty much the same rock and pop stars that Jimmy had been working with over the years.
My vision was very much inspired by Phil Spector's Christmas album, which was have all the great artists singing different Christmas songs.
Originally, it was conceived as a way to pay tribute to Levine's late father, and the idea quickly evolved to include Special Olympic athletes to receive funds from the project. Jimmy says, "I had an extraordinary relationship with my father." Levine says it was very devastating because his mother and his father all passed away within 8 weeks from natural causes. So by the 80s, Christmas and pop music were well acquainted. White Christmas, Bing Crosby's perennial 1940s hit, still reigned as one of the most popular recordings of all time, and then later, Bing Crosby and David Bowie made The Little Drummer Boy, which was a pop music Christmas icon.
Peace on earth, can it be? Years from now, perhaps we'll see.
Motown artists Paul McCartney, Elton John, and others made significant contributions to seasonal canon in the 1960s and 70s, but A Very Special Christmas arguably altered the recording industry's relationship to holiday music and the way Christmas sounds in the present day. Since its original release, 10 more Very Special Christmas albums have been released. In 1997, the Christmas Records Trust was established to manage and distribute assets generated by A Very Special Christmas sales. The trust was overseen by Chairman Joseph Hakeem and trustees Vicky Levine, Ossie Kilkenny, Brian Phillips, and Bobby Shriver. It generated over $3 million in direct support to Special Olympics programs and athletes in 2013. However, it was this one album or cassette in 1987 that had this 80s kid belting out rocking Christmas classics. First, let's talk about the cover of this album. Keith Haring gave us the artwork. It was provoking and interesting, and he did the artwork for all the other albums as well. And it did vary by color and schemes on all the following A Very Special Christmas albums. And one thing that made this album unique, in my opinion, was the album featured a diverse lineup of artists spanning various genres, and with that, let's tackle the music.
But it's not like Christmas at all. I remember when you were here, and all the fun we had this year.
I'll do my very best not to get this video blocked, while still honoring the amazing holiday jams it gave us. First up, we have none other than U2 with Christmas Baby Please Come Home. So yes, our journey kicks off with U2 giving us a rock star plea to get our loved ones home for the holidays. Bono's vocals are like a warm mug of cocoa for the soul. It's enough to make even Santa himself reconsider his travel plans. U2's rendition of the classic Christmas song originally performed by Darlene Love was amazing. It features Bono's powerful vocals and the band's signature sound.
They're singing Deck the Halls, but it's not like Christmas at all. I remember when you were here, and all the fun we had last year.
Santa baby, slip a staple under the a tree for me. Been an awful good girl, Santa baby.
Next up, we have Madonna, Santa Baby. Now, full disclosure, I'm not the hugest Madonna fan, and Madonna's sultry take on the playful and seductive Christmas tune Santa Baby, which was originally recorded by Eartha Kitt, added some notable power to the album. And, with Santa Baby, she's not asking for your regular candy canes. She's after a yacht, a platinum mine, and of course a 54 convertible. Because why not? But that makes Madonna the real MVP of Christmas wish list. Again, never really a fan of this song in any form. However, Madonna does it well, and if that's your thing, enjoy.
I could be oh so good if you check off my Christmas list. But Santa honey, I want a yacht, and really that's not a lot.
Merry Christmas, baby. You sure did treat me nice. I said, Merry Christmas, baby. You sure did treat me nice.
Next up, we have Bruce Springsteen, the boss himself, with Merry Christmas, Baby. The E Street Band makes me want to dance through the snow, and the sound and the vibe of this song is great. So Bruce makes Christmas a rock and roll adventure, and we love it.
That's right, Jimmy. I'm feeling real good tonight. I've got music on the radio. I said I feel real good tonight. On the corner of Bryan show.
And speaking of, another song that I never really felt was on par with the Christmas spirit was I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus. But John Mellencamp puts a Heartland spin on the song. Wait until you hear the song with a rockabilly twang. It's John Mellencamp, No More Cougar, charm at its finest.
Angel Gabriel from heaven came. His wings as drifted snow, his eyes as flame.
Next up, we have a little sophistication on the album. We've had some fun, we've had some rock and roll, but now Sting bringing us a touch of mystique with Gabriel's Message. It's a musical tapestry of a Christmas song. It's ever-changing and evolving and reflective as you listen to it. You can almost expect the angels to start harmonizing in the background.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Make the Yuletide gay.
Chrissy Hynde from The Pretenders is an awesome vocalist. I'll Stand By You is and forever will be a great song.
I'll stand by you. I'll stand by you.
And Chrissy with The Pretenders would slow it down even more with Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. It's a moment of reflection and maybe a tear or two if you're in a sensitive moment in the day. The Pretenders sought out to touch our heartstrings, and they did exactly that with this Christmas beautiful song.
And have yourself a merry little Christmas now.
A beautiful sight we're having tonight, walking in a winter wonderland.
Back in the 80s, you couldn't get much better than the Eurythmics. And Annie Lennox is no stranger to Christmas songs with this song from Scrooge.
Oh, please don't hesitate. Put a little love in your heart, and the world will be a better place.
And of course all her other hits that are not Christmas. And now we're going to dance into the winter wonderland created by the Eurythmics. Synth beats and a sprinkle of Annie Lennox magic, they gave us Winter Wonderland. It's an 80s makeover that we desperately needed for this song. And this song's been covered many times, and I think they did it justice, and it's just great. Of course, I also think Stryper did a very good version of this song.
We'll have lots of fun with Mr. Snowman until the other kitties come around. When it snows, ain't it thrilling?
Do you hear what I hear? Ringing through the sky, shepherd boy.
Speaking of powerhouses of the 80s, Whitney Houston, and she's next up with Do You Hear What I Hear? It's never sounded more soul-stirring. Whitney's vocals are like a choir of angels, reminding us of the true spirit of the season.
Sing the king to the people everywhere. Come on now, listen to what I say.
They call me back dancing on my run at the break of day. I keep the little girls happy while the boys are out to play.
And now, we're halfway there, because we're living on a prayer. Bon Jovi's next, and his song is Backdoor Santa. I'll let the jokes write themselves, but Bon Jovi brings us the party with Backdoor Santa. They plugged in Christmas lights into their guitars, and John Bon Jovi was the sneaky Santa sliding down chimneys and rocking around the Christmas tree.
I get some change in my pocket when the children coming home. I give them a few pennies so we can be alone. I keep the back door open. Oh, sisters, too, how may we do for to preserve this day?
Now going back to the more elegant side, we have Alison Moyet. She introduces a touch of elegance with a Coventry carol. It's a beautiful and haunting rendition that transports us to medieval winter nights, and it's simply enchanting.
His man of might in his own sight.
Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright.
Speaking of amazing vocalists, Stevie Nicks from Fleetwood Mac, and of course her solo career. Stevie Nicks cast a spell with Silent Night. It's her ethereal voice that wraps around the classic hymn like a warm blanket on a snowy evening. It's a moment of serenity in the midst of holiday hustle and bustle.
Sleep in heavenly peace. Sleep in heavenly peace.
He knows when you are sleeping, and he knows when you're awake, and he knows if you've been bad or good. So you better be good for goodness sake. Oh, you better be good for goodness sake. Oh, you better.
Bringing in the classics from classic singers, we have the Pointer Sisters with Santa Claus is Coming to Town. It was a great, fun song and added so much charm to the Christmas album. The song was originally written by Frederick Coots and Haven Gillespie. It was first performed in 1934, and over the years it has become a popular Christmas tune with numerous artists covering it.
Our finest gifts we bring, pa-ra-pa-pum-pum.
Now we're going to get into some raspy vocals here. First off with Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band, who gave us The Little Drummer Boy. The Little Drummer Boy was originally written by Catherine Kennicott Davis in 1941.
So to honor him, pa-ra-pa-pum-pum. When we come out of all the reindeers, you know you're the mastermind. Run, run, Rudolph, ran up 54 time.
Carrying on with our raspy vocals, we have Run, Rudolph, Run by Bryan Adams, originally written by Johnny Marks and Marvin Brody, and first recorded in 1958 by the amazing Chuck Berry.
Out of all the reindeers, you know you're the mastermind.
Bryan Adams' rendition of the song maintains the energetic and rock and roll feel of the original Chuck Berry version. Run, Rudolph, Run is an upbeat and festive tune that tells the story of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer as he races through the snow to deliver Christmas presents.
On Hollis Ave at the dark, when I seen a man chilling with his dog at the park, I approached him very slowly with my heart full of fear. Looked at his dog, oh my God, a ill reindeer.
And finally, my favorite song on this entire album, Christmas in Hollis by the great Run DMC, and it's been featured on a ton of movies, including Die Hard. And one of the stories tells the conflict of finding Santa's wallet on the ground and deciding whether or not to keep it. But of course they return it because we would never steal from Santa because that ain't right. The song samples Clarence Carter's Backdoor Santa, which Bon Jovi sang on this album, and features a festive and upbeat production. And at this point, Run DMC was a pioneering hip-hop group that played a significant role in the genre's early development of rap. Christmas in Hollis has become a holiday classic and is often included in Christmas playlists and compilations. It's the song's fusion of hip-hop with Christmas themes that has contributed to its lasting power.
Rice and stuffing, macaroni and cheese. And Santa put gifts under Christmas trees. Decorate the house with lights at night.
That's our magical tour through a very special Christmas. It's more than just an album, it's a musical sleigh ride through the heart of the holidays. I hope you enjoyed the journey as much as I did. And as we wrap up, just remember to hit that like button if these tunes brought a little extra jingle to your step and nostalgia. And don't forget to subscribe as we have more time-traveling adventures in store. Until next time, stay warm, stay festive, and keep the holiday spirit alive. This is Kevin, signing off. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and always keep the music playing. Cheers!